Hello, my dear crafters. So I had to kind of rush and do this tutorial for you this week because I've had so many requests for these notebooks, and I know we're all rushing to get all our gifts done. So I found some time and put it together, especially because I've had many requests, and I had someone called Ronnie. She actually told me she went to the dollar store and bought like as many as she could find of these little these little calendars here so that she could make some gifts. So yes, Ronnie, I will do what you asked me, because she actually said, well, can you teach me and give me the measurements for if I want to add a pen? So that's what I'm going to show you today. I'm going to show you how to make this kind. This is different, it's another size, but I'm going to show you how to make it with a calendar, the same product from the dollar store, but with the pen. And then after that, I'll give you the measurements for this one, because this one is much easier. It's actually just the measurements and where to score. So we're going to start with this one, okay? So this is for you, Ronnie. So the measurements, let's start with that. You are going to need a piece of paper that is 9 1/4 long by 5 1/8, and we're going to score it in 3 different places. So at 3 7/8 right here, 3 7/8. I usually do it like 2 or 3 times because I'm always afraid of breaking the paper. So, and then it's here, it's just going to be half an inch and half an inch. So 3 7/8, 4 3/8, so that's one more, like half an inch more. And then again, we're going to score at 4 7/8. So 4 7/8. And that's it. I'm just going to reinforce it. That's all you need to do. So what we're going to do now is we're going to reinforce. I'm going to zoom in for you guys. There you go. So we're going to reinforce these 3 score lines here, making sure that it's aligned. There you go. That's 2. And the last one. So yes, so we have 3 score lines. So the next thing we're going to do, and this is very important because we're going to glue this part here, and you have to do, sometimes you move it around and you don't know where to glue it. So this one is wider than this. This is actually the width of your notepad, right? So the notepad is 5 1/8, I believe. So if you look here, this one is 3 7/8, and this one, if you look, it's 4 1/2. So we need the larger size to be on the right, okay? Because we're going to glue this. So the next thing we're going to do is, do you see this score in the middle? We're going to fold right in the middle. So you're going to have one score line here, one score line there. And now this is a very important tip for you, because I don't know how many times I've made this mistake and I don't want you to make it. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to choose the pen that you're going to use. I'm having this one here. You're going to position that right in the middle, and you want to make sure that we're going to cut twice here. Let me show you why. See, we're going to cut this. So you're going to make 2 cuts. And the first one, the top one, has to be right here where the paper holds the pen. So let me show you close, right there. So if I look here and it's perfectly positioned, so the first cut will be pretty much here. So I marked it with my finger, and that's where you're going to do the first cut. The first cut up to the score line, okay? And then 3/4 of an inch, more or less. I eyeball it, but it's basically that. 3/4 of an inch down, you're going to score. I'm going to cut again. So you have 2 cuts there. So that's what you have now. See? You have the cut here, 1 and 2. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put some glue here and here, and I'm going to use core tape, like double-sided tape, and I can't find it. Just a minute. Found it. Okay, found it. I have to, I know it looks really easy to make these tutorials, guys, but you have to remember everything that needs to be. I don't know how many times I've started recording and then I realize I don't have the material, and it's something you absolutely need, and you have to stop video anyway. So very important, guys, you're going to put glue here, so the double-sided tape. You're not going to put anything here because you need it to be free. Look at this. I made this so I can show you. This needs to be free for the pan, right? So you don't glue that. So we're going to put it on the top part here. So there you go. I'm going to cut it, and you're pretty much done. All we need to do now is kind of do some, I think it's a little bit dark. Let me get some more brightness here. Yeah, so there you are. I'm going to, and this is going to fold to this part, and that's why this is actually half an inch, you know, wider than your notebook, because this is going to take half an inch off of that size, of that side. So you take that off. You can use any kind of glue. I'm just using this because I think it's strong. So what I do is I just fold this side here, reinforce it really well, use good double-sided, okay? So that's done, and what we're going to do is you're going to press where this is right here. Yeah, there you go. You press with your finger and it's done. You are pretty much done here. Now this is what you have. See? Now we're going to glue the notebook, and let me show you what this looks like at the dollar store. In case you go there searching for it, it comes like this, glued together like that. So it's a calendar, little calendar, and a notebook. I just cut it, and sometimes I cut this off. I don't use this, but in this case, I think I'm just gonna use it because I like the way it looks, and the way that I'm going to decorate is going to be nice. And here's where you're gonna have the notebook, and then you're going to add your little notepad here, I mean the sticky note thing here. So before we do that, we're going to decorate, okay? Let's decorate the front. So the front is going to be this part here. So this is what I'm gonna do. And this is very important because this is where you add your ribbon. And you don't want to make a mistake that I don't know how many times I've made. So in this case, I have one mat, two mat. I have one mat, and then this is gonna go on top, and I'm going to decorate with this beautiful tree here, and then add this, Merry Christmas. So that's what we're going to do, and I'll have the measurements, guys, for all these mats too, okay? So you don't have to worry about that. It's going to be all in the description below, so you don't have to worry. I also use double-sided tape here. I'm just I couldn't find all my glues today because I really wanted to do this for you guys because I know you're very, very interested in this tutorial. So the first mat, because I'm going to have something else, it's important that you position this correctly, but I am not going to glue the ribbon here. But you actually, if you only had one mat, this is where you would put your ribbon. But in my case, I'm just gonna cut here a little piece of ribbon, and I am going to put some double-sided tape here just to make sure that it holds the ribbon, because I'm going to put another layer. If this is the only layer you're gonna do, it would have to be underneath, but in this case I'm going to have something else, so that's fine, that's gonna hold fine. So now I'm going to add the top. Let me get all this stuff out of here. So this is basically decoration, because The tough part, I mean the difficult part, if you can even use that word, because I don't think it's difficult. Complex, I guess, I don't know. But that part, I mean the base is done, right? So this is basically decoration, but remember to put the ribbon first. I have added like layers because I forgot in the past. So this is good. So we're done here. All I need to do is the back. I think I'm going to add the tree later. So now we're going to decorate the back. So I already went ahead and placed some double-sided tape here because I'm going to have this on the back just to decorate. And I'm going to add, let me see here, I think I need a little bit more of glue. So just to the tip here. There you go, but I already have it pretty much done in terms of glue. So I'm going to place this here. Yeah. So that's the back. And this is what it looks like. Let me just press this. You just kind of pop it. We're going to place our beautiful tree. I love this tree. It's a die that I bought. And you know me by now, and you know that I can spend hours and hours just creating the decoration pieces. I just thought that it was beautiful, beautiful die, and there you go. So this is done. We're done with that. And now I put some foam adhesive here, like double-sided foam adhesive. There you go, that's the front. Merry Christmas. And now let's decorate, because as you know, I like to decorate the inside pad as well. So you are going to just cut the width of this pad here, which is almost 4. It's like 3 7/8, so it's almost 4. And you can just cut a little bit more than that just to make sure that it covers the whole area. So that's the paper that I'm going to use. And what I do is I'm just going to kind of place it here, and I'm going to use some double-sided tape to glue this part here. But you can use any kind of glue. There you go. So this part I like to use double-sided tape, and you just kind of make sure that it's centered, and it is. And you just kind of fold it, and I usually use my fingers to just reinforce it. I'm just gonna add some more glue to glue the rest. And that's that. So this is done. I cut a little tiny tag here for the front, and I'm going to add this tag. This is part of some ephemera, one of those ephemera Echo Park, I believe, ephemera pieces, and I added this little star, and kind of like a pretend ribbon. It's not really a ribbon, it's paper. So I'm going to glue the ribbon as well. So there you go. So that's the paper pad. Make sure to always embellish your paper pad because it makes a difference and it doesn't take long at all. And now all I'm gonna do is glue the paper pad to like a folder that you prepared, right? I don't know how to call that, but the cover, I guess. So make sure that it's well positioned here. There you go. You have the mark here, so it's not hard to position it correctly. There you go. Let's do the top and the bottom. Just make sure that it's well positioned. I don't know what's happening to this glue today, I'm telling you. It's just not working. It's the same glue that I always use, but I don't know what's happening. Anyway, so there you go. We're going to glue this to the left. Just see if I need to cut a little bit. No. Oh, you have to take this off. I forgot about that. You have to totally take this off because you don't want a magnet. But here's the thing. Keep the magnet, guys, because you can use this for closing your boxes and your mini albums. So don't throw it away, okay? You're going to use it. And nobody's going to see this part anyway. So... So I'm going to use a lot of glue because this glue is kind of acting up today. So you position your beautiful calendar. Same thing with your sticky note. So don't worry, you have all the measurements below, and I'm going to just quickly show you how to make the basic one. It's not hard at all. It's just a matter of having the measurements, and I'm going to give those to you, and I'm going to have it down below too. So there you are. We have a beautiful notebook with a place, and let's see if this is perfect or what. It is. See, it hit right in the right place and it's perfectly aligned. Let me show you close by. And when you open, you have a beautiful notebook here. When you open, you have that and this and your little tiny post-it note. So now that we need to make the other one, it's very easy. So this one here, it's quite easy. You basically just need a piece of paper. You're going to just score it twice. The other one was 3 times. So this one is, let me find those measurements because those are different. There you go. So this one is 8 1/4 by 5 1/8. And here we are. We're going to score it on 3, let me see here, 3 7/8. Okay, 3 7/8 again, because that's how wide your book is. So 3 7/8 and 4 3/8. So 1 2 3. So again, this is 1/2 inch here in the middle. So that's it, guys. This one is very easy. You're just gonna fold it, and then you have, and you're going to use the same. You're gonna use the same technique that I taught you. See, it just doesn't have the pen, so it's just a matter of having the measurements. And don't forget to put the ribbon first. So this one, for example, I had to put it under here because I didn't mat it. So on the other one I did. So I had like 3 layers. So just remember that between this paper here and the next layer, or if you have another one on the next one, you have to always put your ribbon first, okay? Not hard, because this part here is the same. I did the same thing. That's where you place this. The only difference here is that I added just a paper here to make it more sturdy, but this paper is so sturdy that I didn't need to do it with this one. But this is a tutorial. I hope I have answered all your questions. Ronnie, I hope that you can make all your notebooks and they work perfectly. And yeah, that's it. I'm glad I finished this today. I had to really rush. Thank you so much for being here with me again, and just keep watching my tutorials. Hit that bell, the notification bell, because I'm going to keep posting 2 tutorials a week for the craft fair ideas series, and in between them I always have something else to show you. Okay, just want to make sure that you have a lot of fun and you get all your gifts done. Thank you so much, guys. Have a good day.